How did we get, in fact, I had a Republican, by the way, say to me, what a great job you did.
That's wonderful, thank you.
How did you get $9.5 billion, I'll use round numbers, of reductions, when in last year's budget we had $6 billion of bonding authority?
That's right. So really smart fiscal management. And I'm very proud of the job that not just myself as controller, but with my staff, who's so incredibly dedicated, that we've done in laying out the roadmap for fiscal stability. So number one, we advocated very strongly against the objections of Governor Rauner to do a bonding deal that would allow us to take $6 billion in bonding authority that the legislature gave us and then refinance $6 billion worth of the state's $16.7 billion bill backlog. Essentially then utilizing some of those dollars to pay down bills that were accruing 9 to 12% late payment interest penalties, right? So because we don't pay our bills on time after 90 days, they start to accrue late payment interest penalties. Kind of like if a person at home watching this wasn't paying their credit card on time, they get whacked with a late fee. So those fees have now totaled over $1 billion because of the budget impasse, just over those 736 days. So essentially we said, why pay 12% when we can go to the market with this bond deal and cut our interest in half? It turned out to be an even better deal. Thankfully, after 2 months of pressuring the governor and basically shaming him into taking action, he finally relented, did agree to go to the market, and then we were able to get a 3.5 percentage point interest deal on that bond. So
actually, I wanted to make. I was trying to remember exactly what was the actual amount. Do you remember?
The $6 billion.
Was it 3.5?
We got it at 3.5%. So we went from paying 12% and 9% on many of those bills to 3.5%, and we're essentially saving taxpayers a net $4 to $6 billion over the course of the 12-year program. And so this was a really, really smart fiscal decision on our part. And then not only did we pay down $6 billion of that with the bonding deal, we took those $6 billion and earmarked as many of them as possible to pay down bills that would allow us to seek federal matching dollars. So essentially turning that $1 into $2.
So primarily Medicaid payments.
Exactly,
right?
All the Medicaid bills. So for the most part, we ended up turning that $6 billion into closer to $8.5, almost $9 billion. And that brought down the bill backlog. Remember, though, that every day we get more bills coming in. So it's not like a dollar-for-dollar reduction in the backlog.
Right. It's not a stagnant, just like running a business or a household.
You still have new bills
coming in.
And we don't have the revenues to pay for them. And so the tax increase that was part of that budget deal did nothing to pay down the bill backlog. The way that we paid down the bill backlog was through this smart bonding deal that we did that saved taxpayers billions of dollars in late payment interest penalties and gave us an immediate cash flow to be able to pay down a lot of these bills that had been over 2 years late.